The equipment and methodologies employed in condition surveys depend on the building, its materiality and location. For example, with surveying stone and mortars, we will start by an on-site examination of the mortars using magnifying lens in order to identify the binder and aggregates, taking then samples of mortar in representative areas to later analyze in the laboratory. It is very important that this is carried out in a methodological and consistent way, so that the building is not damaged and that the sample locations are well recorded. It must also be remembered that the taking of samples may require permissions from the owner and the relevant authority. A thin section may also be prepared in order to carry out microscopic examination of the mortar. X-ray diffraction or other procedures such as scanning electron microscopy may also be necessary to look at the constituent materials and porosity. The X-ray diffraction is used to determine the arrangement of atoms in a solid, with particular regard to the crystalline state. The mineralogical phases of material can be detected and identified. The pattern obtained is characteristic of the material under study, and comparison with a database of XRD patterns allows the material to be identified. Infrared spectroscopy may also be employed to identify the remains of any organic materials. These procedures are expensive, so they should be used only when required. At every stage of the process, the building and the methods employed need to be documented. The basic is the photographic documentation, which should also be complemented with markup plans. The hygrometer measures water content in the material based on the dielectrical constant in wet and dry building conditions. Measures only the surface area and few centimeters depth. It is also important to record the temperature and humidity levels, ideally in 1 year period, so to take environmental aspects on board for the analysis. Infrared thermography, IRT, using thermal cameras is very useful to identify damp areas, cold bridges and water ingress issues. They detect infrared radiation emitted by objects. The warmer the object is, the more infrared radiation it emits. Thermography also allows to identify hidden elements such as timber structures behind existing timber or plaster paneling. The thermal imaging captured by thermal cameras is called thermogram. They allow to visualize and quantify temperature variations across surfaces. For accuracy of the thermal images, it needs to be a temperature contrast. Thermography is only totally effective and representative of the existing condition if the building is heated. Timber is a natural material which makes the assessment of its condition more complicated. The ultrasonic waves test and the microdrill test can be used to investigate the internal condition of timber elements. They estimate the original quality of the timber and the amount of degradation or damage. Both tests are quite different, as the ultrasonic waves test is non-destructive and the drilling semi-destructive. The ultrasonic waves test emits high-frequency sound waves into the material, measuring the time is needed for the waves to pass through the object. The micro-drill test measures the resistance of wood to the penetration of a drill at a constant rotational speed. The device traces a graph representing the resistance found by the device during the test. Non-destructive procedures, in this case the ultrasonic waves, are always preferable. It also has a numerical output, which is easier to interpret. For areas inaccessible to the naked eye, we can use endoscopy. It is necessary to make probe openings or observations through small holes, normally less than 12 millimeters. This is allowed to see the inside situation of the wall. Endoscopy goes from simple endoscopes with a light source and a small diameter tube and built-in optics and an eyepiece, up to complex controllable systems with numerous systems available to less than 2 millimeters. Photographic or video cameras can be attached to the eyepiece to record. Barometers is a digital device based on the principle of magnetic induction. It detects in a non-destructive way the presence, the direction and the diameter of metal bars in the walls, within 10-20 centimeters of the surface. Somehow is more sensitive to metal. The Revet or Smith's hammer is a non-destructive test easily applicable on site for estimating the rock strength. It is very important to take samples in order to proceed to the identification and characterization of materials and the study of the deterioration phenomena such as efflorescences, deposits, etc., and the study of the causes and mechanism of degradation. It is also very important to select the location and method of extraction. Superficial sample could be with brushes, scalpels, or chisels to collect samples of superficial material or forms of degradation, or in-depth sampling with probing tools of adequate dimension. The collected sample must be conserved in containers well labeled, and the sample operations must be accurately documented with photographs at each stage. The optical or light microscopy provides information about the structure and characteristics of the material by using visible lights and a system of lenses to magnify small samples. A magnification of 2 to 200 is achievable. Polarized light microscopy, PLM, studies samples using polarized lights. The observation of the cross-section in UV light permits to identify the organic compounds characterized with a fluorescence glow to indicate substance of different nature and to recognize pigments and binders. It is also important to note that the survey procedures and results are affected by environmental conditions, solar irradiation, roughness and texture of the materials involved. Irregularities of our architectural surface, past treatments, weather in soil, etc., dimensions, number of measurements carried out also affects the results.